Okay, Facebook Live number 10. Just wait for a few people to get on. Yo, I can see there's 2 people, 3 people online. Can everyone hear me okay? Is the camera, mic, everything working? If you just let me know, just drop a comment. And then just so I know that it is working, because it tends to be a bit weird sometimes. Okay, 6 people, sweet. Thanks, Carl, awesome. Okay, we'll just wait a few more minutes, let a few people get on. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, yeah, so we'll just wait, give it about another 3 minutes, and then I will get started. Awesome, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for letting me know. Last time the mic was being a bit funny, so actually I think, yeah, my voice came up a lot deeper than what it was. How's everyone doing? Okay, so we have 6 people online. Give it a few more minutes and I'll get started. Squibby. Am I the only one who gets really creeped out by the upside down face, the upside down smiley face? Shit is weird, man. Okay. So, apologies to everyone who's just come on early. I like to start a few minutes earlier, just to let more people, see that I'm online, log on. So yeah, if you're just waiting for me to say something and it's weird, I'm just sitting around. It's just because I'm waiting for it to hit 7. Just a few more people. Okay, so we're up to 8 people now. Awesome. 9 people, sweet. Okay, so it's 1 minute to 7. I'm gonna get started, so I'm not keeping you guys waiting. Okay, so 24-hour fasts. I'm just going to briefly explain how and why I do them. I think I briefly touched on this topic in I think it was the first Facebook Live I did in the group, where I discussed fasting in general. But I wanted to specifically talk about 24-hour fasting and more so my approach to it, because it's a bit different to how most people do it. And I get a lot of questions about it, so I wanted to sort of deep dive into the topic and explain, how I do it, why I do it, what the benefits are, and then at the end of the, once I've done my little talking, if you guys have any questions, we'll do a small Q&A, and you can ask any questions you have, about anything. It doesn't have to be specifically fasting related. It doesn't have to be anything to do with what I've discussed. It could be about your training program, nutrition, any other questions that you have. We can just do a small 10, 15-minute Q&A, depending on how many questions there are, and we'll be done. Okay, so the fasting thing is something that I've been doing for So I think what I'll do is quickly tell you my setup, the way I set up my diet in a week, because then that'll add some context to why I actually do a 24-hour fast. So from Monday to Tuesday, or Monday to Wednesday even, I will eat normally. So whatever the calorie intake, depending if I'm dieting or if I'm maintaining, that will just be my normal intake from Monday and Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I'll do a 24-hour fast. It's not exactly 24 hours, but I'll get into that in a bit. So I'll do my fast day on the Wednesday. That also coincides with the days that I'm with my rest days. So I don't train on Wednesdays. So it coincides with that day. Then Thursday and Friday, I will go back to my normal calorie intake. Saturday, I have a higher calorie day. And then, so, more often than not, I'll go out with my girlfriends, we'll have, go out to eat. So I like to have my calorie intake higher, so I'm not, tracking macros or anything when I'm out with her. And then Sunday will be another fast day, or a 24-hour fast day. So that's basically the setup of my week. Now, the reason that the way that I set up my 24-hour fasts is simply, they're not so much 24-hour fast. I will consume anywhere between 800 to 1200 calories. And the way that I do my fasting is on the Wednesday, I still follow a pretty similar sort of a 16 to 8 fast. So from my last meal in the day, which I'll get into in a bit, because I do that a bit slightly differently as well. I will, a 16-hour fasting window, and then I will start eating for 8 hours after that. But the way that I do it is I will have my first meal of the day around 9, 10 a.m. And then I will, bearing in mind that this is on my fasting days, and then I will basically give myself a 4-hour or 5-hour eating window. So depending on, how hungry I'm feeling, sometimes if I'm hungry in the morning, I'll eat around 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m. If I'm not that hungry, I'll push it back to about 10:30, 11-ish. But on average, it's like 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. is when I have my first meal of the day. And then I will have my last meal of the day around, again, just to add the context back in, this is only on my fasting days. I'll have my last meal sort of 3, 4 p.m. So that is my eating window. And then I won't eat again until the next day around 10, 11 a.m. I personally, the reason why I do that, I know a lot of people tend to eat their last meal later into the day, so 7, 8, 9 p.m. I personally, experimenting over the years, I've found that cutting off my calorie intake earlier in the day actually suits me a lot better from an energy perspective, from a hunger perspective. I feel a lot better if I cut off my calories, in the afternoon, so 3, 4 p.m. And then what do I eat? That's another question. So I think I posted in the group before my smoothie, which is it's water, Greek yogurt, full fat Greek yogurt, protein powder, so 2-3 scoops of protein powder, and then frozen fruit. So usually I'll have either berries or I'll have tropical fruit, just like frozen mangoes and pineapples and stuff, and I'll just blend that all up, and it makes like a thick sort of a frozen yogurt type consistency, and I'll just consume that, for 2 meals, 1 or 2 meals, and then I'll have one whole meal, which will be sort of like a salad. So it might be 200 to 250 grams, maybe sometimes 300 grams of chicken breast, and then just a large bowl of salads like spinach, the typical stuff. I posted about my salad in the group before as well. So that's simply the way that I set it up, and the way that I do it is I don't really like to, on my fast days, I'm not too anal about tracking my calories, because I just pretty much eat the same thing on every fast day. So I just know that it's going to be around that, the calories that I need, which is between the 800 to 1200 calorie mark. So that's pretty much the way I set up. I have about 2-3 meals in that time window. Either the frozen fruit, frozen yogurt type protein shake thing, and then one of them will be like a whole meal, so it'll be like, chicken breast with salad, which is pretty much all I have, with some balsamic vinegar and stuff. And that keeps my calorie intake in between that 800 to 1200 mark. Sometimes I'll go under, sometimes it'll be like 500 or 600 calories. But again, on average, it's between 800 to 1200 calories on the fast day. And that's pretty much the same setup that I use on a Sunday. But the only difference on a Sunday is I will push my eating window further back into the day. So if my last meal, and the reason for this is because on Saturday, if I do go out with my girlfriend, we'll be eating pretty late. So on average, if we're going out for a late dinner, it might be 7, 9 p.m. that I will have my last meal. So this way, when I wake up in the morning the next day, I'm not that hungry in the morning, as opposed to if I finish eating, 4 or 5 p.m. So yeah, Sundays I'll push my eating window further. And on that day, on Sundays, I will have my first meal. I'll break my fast on around, between 3 to 5 p.m. Usually, depending on how hungry I get, it'll be 3 or 4. If I'm not that hungry, I might push it back to 5. And on Sunday, I'll just have one meal, so it'll be about 500 to 800 calories. Again, I don't really bother tracking because I focus on eating as much whole foods as possible. It's usually just a lot of lean meat, like chicken breast, with a bit of spices, grilled, and then just a bunch of salad. And if I want to have like some berries, some low calorie fruits like berries or strawberries, I'll throw them into like a small pot of yogurt and stuff. So, and that keeps my calorie intake between that 500 to 100 mark. And that's pretty much the way that I do my 24-hour fast. Now, when I tell people this, everyone asks me, "Oh, so you do it for the benefits of fasting?" I'm like, not really. Like there could potentially be some minor benefits to prolonged fasting, but it's one of those things where it's one of those diminishing returns. Like fasting for say 24 hours might provide some minor health benefits. So then people think, oh, if I go and fast 48 hours, 72 hours, if I do a week of fasting, I'll detox my body and I'll whatever the case is. But it just isn't the case. There's diminishing returns on how long you fast and the health benefits. So, and based on what I've read and people that I've spoken to, you can reap a lot of the benefits of fasting, especially if we're talking about like the health benefits, through like a 16 to 18 hour fasting window anyway. And then I think if you do a 24-hour fast, there could be some marginal benefits, but it's one of those things where it's like the cost to benefit ratio. The cost of that just doesn't make sense for you to extend fasting, because the benefits aren't as high as what many people like to make it. For me personally, the reason why I like to do it like this is because it allows me to control my weekly intake. So when I'm not dieting, for holiday, or if I'm not trying to get super lean, I won't track my calories. I pretty much eat the same thing every day. And if I'm not eating the same thing every day, I tend to semi-track. So I have a good idea of where I'm going to be, calorie-wise. But with that said, the fasting days basically allow me to keep my weekly calorie intake in check. So if I consume 2,700 calories or go over by 2,800 calories on one day, and then I have 2 fast days in the week where my calorie intake will be greatly reduced. I know for a fact that my weekly intake will be balanced out. So it just makes it a lot easier to manage food intake for me personally, on a day-to-day basis without having to constantly track calories. And I personally just really enjoy it. I like to, on my rest days, I like to get up, work, maybe go for a walk, and then not have to worry about eating anything, and then come back, probably do some more work. And for me personally, I find it to be, it works very well for my personality and with my lifestyle. But that doesn't say that it will work for you. So it's just some of the things where you have to experiment and play around with it and see how it works for you and how it fits into your lifestyle. But again, I just want to point out that you don't have to do it. Like I've seen a few people post in the group that they've tried fasting and they're feeling lightheaded, they're feeling really like they're shaking and stuff. And if that's the case, then you should not be fasting. So if you can manage to, if you fast and you can fast okay, you don't have any your blood sugar doesn't drop, you don't feel lethargic and super fatigued, then cool, give it a go. But don't try and push it if you're going to, if you're not feeling comfortable doing it. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything that I have to say about the 24-hour fast, like, how I do them and why I do them, and also how I structure my diet throughout the week. So, and another thing that I personally enjoy about the fast days, especially on a Sunday, is that I will usually come back off, you'll be coming off of a very high calorie day, because I got with the girlfriend, we're eating a lot of foods that are super high calorie. So this is just a great way for me to just keep my weekly calorie intake in check, basically. Yeah, so guys, that's pretty much, everything that I have to say about 24-hour fasting, why I do it, how I do it. And for me, it's just convenience, and also it just works very well with my lifestyle. And I enjoy doing them. I've been doing it for, I think, 3 years now, like this approach. And yeah, it's just something that I really enjoy. It's something that suits me. So that's pretty much everything I have to say. If you have any questions, just let me know. But I don't have anything else to say on 24-hour fasting. That's pretty much everything that I have to say. So yeah, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me about anything, if it's the fasting, if it's anything else, feel free to drop a comment and I will answer it. Okay. So yeah, guys, any comments, any questions, anything you want to ask me about what I said, or anything, about fasting, or might not be able to be fasting, or nutrition, training, programming, whatever. If not, then that's a wrap. Then I'll leave it there. So Ishan asks, why do we have a high calorie day on the weekend? It's really just an adherence thing. Like, not all of my clients will have a high calorie day. Some of them do. More often than not, I'll give a client, when they first join, they will get as standard, they have like 5 to 6 days of dieting, like a calorie deficit, and then depending on what they've said in the questionnaire, their personality and stuff, their lifestyle, even all these things factor into it. I'll either give them 1 high calorie day or 2 high calorie days. And these aren't like free for all, eat whatever you want. They're super structured, so they still get a calorie allotment that they have to hit for that day, but the calories are a lot more higher. And it's mainly just for adherence, like knowing that you're dieting and you're going 5 days or 6 days, in a calorie deficit, knowing that you have a high day coming up, it improves your ability to stick to diet. But also the fact that you're allowed to go out on the weekends and eat more food with, if you go out with friends and family, and you don't feel guilty because you've eaten more food, because you know that you have enough calories to be able to fit those days in. So yeah, that's pretty much why. Okay, guys, any other questions? So Sean says, do you lose a lot of weight when you first start dieting due to water weight? Can you explain that in more detail? Yeah, the first week you will see a large drop in water weight, which is why the first week you could see a drop of up to 5. I've seen some people have gone up to 10 pounds, and that's just simply by going into calorie deficit. A lot of the water retention that you have of the glycogen stores, you tend to drop a lot of the water weight. So that's why you see an initial spike in weight. Initially, when you see a massive spike in weight, and then your weight loss levels off after that. Awesome. So guys, any other questions? Megan asks, I missed the first 20 minutes. Will the video be available for rewatch? Yeah. So once I finish here, once I finish the live session, it will be uploaded into the group, so you can watch it whenever it's uploaded. If you check the Facebook tags, the Facebook Live Facebook tags, which you can find on the side of the Facebook page, you can see different ones like nutrition, mindset, training, etc. If you click the Facebook Live tag, you will see all the Facebook Lives I've done, since I started doing them, which is like 7, 8 weeks ago, or 10 weeks ago now even. And yeah, you can just click them and you can see all of them. So this will be uploaded to the group as well. Okay, so guys, any other questions? I'll probably just be on for like another 5 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. Just drop them in the comments. Otherwise, I will end it there. Okay, so guys, we've hit 20 minutes. I don't think there's any other questions that anyone's asking. So I will end the Facebook Live here. If you do have any questions, afterwards, just drop them. If you're watching this after, after I finish this live session, just drop a comment in this video, under the video, and then I will answer it later. So guys, thank you for everyone who came and listened to me discuss 24-hour fasting. Hopefully it was useful. If you have any questions afterwards, just drop them in the video, under the video, and I will answer them. So yeah, have a good evening or afternoon even, and I'll speak to you guys soon.